I honestly don't know if this is breaking news to most people, but it's breaking news to me. I'm going to call it breaking news to me. New segment. Some of you know about this Stephanie Ruhle. Stephanie Ruhle is an MSNBC anchor. She's worth a lot of money. I mean, that's probably redundant, but I now know something else about Stephanie Ruhle. But before we get into that, let's watch her with Bernie Sanders. This is how she decides to question him when he's on her show to talk about trying to, stop people from starving to death or starving to discomfort, let's say, by only getting $600. So let's watch how excited Stephanie Ruhle is about this push to get Americans more money during a pandemic, okay? You're going to be very moved. She's very compassionate. She really cares about people suffering.
Independent Senator Bernie Sanders from the state of Vermont is leading a group of progressive Democratic senators demanding $1,200 stimulus checks be included in the next relief bill. Senator, we've heard your impassioned argument. Help us understand, how many other senators have you convinced to support these stimulus checks?
Okay, I just want to pause this here, right? Help us understand how many other senators you've convinced. That's not a help us understand question. It's not like help us understand how we can translate people's anger into positive organizing to get people more money. Like, it's a very black and white question. Help us understand. Really break down for us. Let's do a deep dive. Let's really drill down into how many other senators you've convinced to do this with you. Help us understand that. But she's kind of trying to make it seem less hostile, but she gives that away shortly, so stand by for that.
Any Republicans on board?
Yes, I think there is one, but Senator...
Okay, watch the grimace, okay? Watch that grimace, and then watch her follow-up questions.
On board?
Yes, I think there is one, but Senator...
She's trying not to smile. She's so excited that he only thinks that there is one.
Yes, I think there is one, but Senator Holly...
Who? Watch this. All right, I promise I'll play the whole thing.
Understand, how many other senators
have
you convinced to support these stimulus checks? Any Republicans on board?
Yes, I think there is one, but Senator Holly indicates that he's...
Okay. Then the eye roll. Okay, so it's bullshit, weird framing. Then we got the grimace. What else? We got the eye roll and the who. Okay, and this is only, how many seconds have I played? Like 5? I mean, I'm sorry, I don't have Joy-Ann Reid's woman who can come and do the body language analysis that she did with Bernie Sanders.
Help us understand, how many other senators have you convinced to support these stimulus checks? Any Republicans on board?
Yes, I think there is one, but Senator Holly indicates that he support of a $1,200 per person direct payment and $600 or $500 for children. I think the Democratic caucus is ready to go.
She's waiting for her next question. She doesn't care what the answer is. She has her next talking point.
And I think we can have virtually all of the United States Democratic senators on board. The question now is whether or not Mitch McConnell is going to turn his back, as your report just indicated, on the incredible suffering that the American people, the working people, are now experiencing. Unemployment high. We have a record level of hunger in America. Millions of people are facing evictions. This is an emergency. Congress has got to respond aggressively to help working families. You know, Stephanie, I always get a kick. Here in Washington, when we go to war, there's endless amounts of money. And if we have got to stay here throughout Christmas, which is the last thing in the world that I would...
She's trying to get her talking point in.
We're going to stay here because we are going to make sure that struggling working families in this country get the help they desperately need.
Smirk.
Senator, I'm not agreeing with you fundamentally.
All right, there's your Freudian slip. You hear what she just said, right? Senator, I'm not agreeing with you. What she means to say is, Senator, I'm not fundamentally disagreeing with you. Or she means to say, I'm fundamentally agreeing with you, right? And we need a name for that. It's like the technocratic shuffle or something. It's when you pretend that your ideological aversion is based in pragmatism. Look, I love the idea of Medicare for all. I love that idea. I really want it, but it's just not doable. It's just not viable. We just can't do it.
But I want to talk to you practically.
Look, I totally disagree with you fundamentally because I actually oppose, ideologically, fundamentally, I oppose helping people during a pandemic get $1,200 instead of $600. But I'm going to pretend that I like that idea, which I don't. And that's why I just accidentally revealed, I went from talking point to truth when I said, I fundamentally disagree with you. Again, just let's be clear. This woman is saying, I fundamentally disagree with you that people deserve $1,200 because I think that $600 is fine. Stop it there. That's all they need. Anyway, okay, let me get back to this.
The lead sponsor of 422.
Oh, here, ready? She's bringing the receipts. Watch this.
Senator, I'm not agreeing with you fundamentally, but I want to talk to you practically. You've been the lead sponsor of 422 bills during your 30 years in Congress, but only 7 of them have
Allow me to throw to the graphic now.
become law. Given that record and how dire things are, as you just laid out, do you need to find another lane or take a different approach here?
I don't think that's the issue, Stephanie. I mean, you can ask me how many other senators have passed significant legislation in recent years.
And we can go through this whole clip. That's really the best of it, though. I think that's really where she shines. But I think it's important that people know that this is not, kind of like an isolated incident. She's really consistently great on this stuff. So I'm going to show another clip. 1 second, guys. Now you guys get to see the behind the scenes of a video essay that I'm hopefully going to do. Oh no, now MSNBC is going to know and they're going to prep something. They're going to tell you guys where I went to private school or something, which people think is very indicting. I mean, call me class traitor. I love it.
Michael, Joe Biden said yesterday that his campaign is Scranton versus Park Avenue. Why is he going with this divide and conquer approach? That's Trump's thing. What about a message for all Americans? I don't live on Park Avenue, but I live pretty close to it. And you know how I got there? Working my butt off. He doesn't want my vote?
Okay, so Steph, I appreciate that you're feeling insecure at that moment and you're feeling triggered because of Biden's very disingenuous claim that there's some kind of class warfare happening between him and Donald Trump. And again, I'm going to remind people that Joe Biden said, not as a slogan, but actually truthfully to a bunch of rich people at an event, he said nothing would fundamentally change under his presidency. But I guess Stephanie Ruhle is like so viscerally opposed to any kind of welfare state, or maybe her taxes going up, or anything that even like suggests that maybe there's some greed among people who live on Park Avenue. And I've checked it out. She lives on 3rd Avenue, which is, it goes from Park to Lex to 3rd. So she's not so far from Park Avenue. But like, she didn't come from a poor family, and she's been working in finance forever. And so I don't know how much she worked her butt off. I mean, maybe she did, but if she worked her butt off, I'm sure she has her, she did it by whatever the metaphor is. Worked her butt off by treading on the necks of other people. This is something from Chase, Chase the bank. We're teaming up with Stephanie Ruhle and Jay Williams to chat about planning for life's unpredictable moments. Click below to watch the full conversation on demand. You won't want to miss it. You really won't want to miss it. I'll explain in a second. But here, let's watch her. Let's hear what she has to say, guys.
Hey, this is Stephanie Ruhle, and I'm looking forward to my conversation with Chase, where we talk about life's unpredictable moments and how important it is to save and plan for them. I hope you're going to join us. Jay Williams and I are going to dig into all the crazy things we're dealing with in our lives right now and how we can best prepare for them. I'm excited to be part of Chase Chat's webcast. I hope you'll join us.
Chase Chats, that's awesome, right? That sounds really amazing. Chase Chats,
Hey.
You won't want to miss it. And that's true, because if you actually go to this and you try to watch it, and this is very unfortunate. I don't know what happened, but guys, brace yourselves. Video unavailable. So maybe if there are any Chase people out there who want to share that video in case it's discoverable, maybe if you like pay a certain amount of money, you can get access to it. This is from September 22nd. Was that Chase Bank thing a big enough deal to like justify streaming at a time I don't usually? Please clap. Please say yes. Just kidding. What I like about Steph is that she really wears how opportunistic and how petty and how vindictive and how basically anti-working people, or anti-99% she is. Other people hide it, but here she is teaming up with Chase. I mean, the only thing that I like about her is that she finally had the wherewithal and self-awareness to realize it's not a good idea, and so they made it private.